Great, thanks.
Oh
Hi,
my God.
guys. We are aware that it is 4:30 in the afternoon, and you might be in another dimension
No.
somewhere.
Yeah.
So we're just going to do a quick, a slow clap, just to wake ourselves up a little
Yeah,
bit. So
like
if you're
Flexi.
ready, just have your hands out and
Clap. Yeah.
yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Stop. Just the one. Drop me a beat.
Okay.
So, hi everyone, I'm Shani. I'm Senior Content Designer at Vitality, and
I'm Natalie. I'm SEO Executive at Vitality.
yep, and like Sergey said, we're going to show you how to use some SEO tools to design a really sexy page about insurance.
Oh, yeah, sexy topic.
Yes, definitely. Cool. So, Natalie, if you'd be so kind as to go to the next slide for me.
Okay.
Darling.
Yeah.
Okay, just a really quick warning. Do not take medical advice from us. We are artists, not scientists.
Please.
So if you see anything that piques your interest about insurance or medical information, don't take it. This is purely for training purposes. Okay? And without further ado, off to you, my girl.
Yeah, and disclaimer about sharing information.
Yes.
Okay.
If you see any numbers pop up, ignore them.
Yeah, please.
We were never here.
Okay. Okay, I need to clear elephant in the room. So, do you guys know what SEO stands for? Let me see hands. Who knows? Oh, look, amazing! I don't have to explain. Do I have to explain? Like really quickly? Okay. So SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, or in common words, how do we rank page on Google organically? So within Vitality, I work with Shani in content team, and we embedded SEO practices right from the start. So we don't do it after we design the page, we do it before we start designing the page. And my work with Shani begins with my SEO keyword research, where I use tools to basically explore how all of you guys searching online. I'm finding all these fancy keywords and search terms and queries you're using when you're trying to research something online, like information online. And I highlighted here on the presentation, people are using Google, and we are designing content for people. That's really important. Even though we're speaking about SEO and it involves Google and search bots, we are designing for humans, right?
Yep.
And once we have these keywords, we're going to embed them in our content, and this will basically help us rank, because why? We are creating content that is relevant for our target audience, so we are hitting all the buttons. So my formula is really simple for any of you who are just starting maybe with SEO. Just choose the right keywords, optimize content for people using these keywords. In the same time, you're going to optimize for SEO. And this means your page is going to start ranking, you're going to have high visibility, high click-throughs, traffic, and everything, and business will be happy.
Yeah.
So while I'm doing my keyword research, I'm using some tools. Some of the most popular are SEMrush, Ahrefs, and Moz. These are quite pricey, so if you have really limited budget, or if you're just starting out, you can use Google tools, and many people don't know that these tools are completely free. And if you're a website owner, you can use them, like Google Keyword Planner, Google Search Console, or Google Trends. So how does how does the keyword research looks in practice? I have a snapshot here, but I'm going to show you live in SEMrush. So we are exploring product.
Am I blocking anyone?
We are exploring product. We didn't explain. We are creating product for diabetics, right? So we are exploring product life insurance for diabetics. So this is going to be my term I'm going to research. And here you can see SEMrush is giving me like loads of information, like all these keywords people typing in, searching for information. So my main goal here with this exercise, with this activity, is to find out which is going to be my main keyword or my primary keyword. And this is basically straightforward for this product, because immediately we will go with this one, which has high amount of volume, search volume, which stands for monthly search volume, so it has decent amount. This stands for keyword density. I will look, difficulty, I'm sorry. I will look at that measure as well, and SEMrush is telling me, yeah, it's easy to rank for that keyword. And it's a pretty straightforward solution. But then we have stakeholders, right, Shani?
Yes, me, Mr. Jeffrey Tibbs.
Like clients and stakeholders.
Yeah. And actually, Natalie, I see your research, but actually, I want the name of the page to be sugar-free cover.
Okay, let's see that. And yeah, immediately you can say, this is not going to work. But sometimes you have to prove, like numbers. You get to show something. So let's research that. Okay. So, my dear stakeholder, oh my God, this doesn't have anything to do with life insurance. Oh my God, if we're going to name that product sugar-free cover, it's not going to rank for life insurance. So, immediately,
Spoiled again.
Spoil. Okay, so let's just go with my proposition then.
Right.
Okay, so this is going to be our main keyword. And yes, the next step is, oh yeah, I have these loads of keywords here, Shani. I want to use them for research. I want to use them on the page. So it's a lot to digest. So one of the ways I'm using is something called keyword clustering. It's basically where I download all these keywords, and you probably noticed that we have almost 200 keywords. I would download, sometimes you have even more, and I would download them. I would use SEO Scout or even ChatGPT or Bard to cluster me, like group these, all these keywords into similar groups based on search intent. And why is that important? I want to find out what exactly a user is trying to find on that page, what they are most interested in. So I'm just not going to optimize for primary keywords. I'm looking for secondary keywords like long tail keywords, questions, and everything. So yeah, I'm going to just quickly show you SEO Scout. I will pull, I would extract all the keywords, and I will get something like this. And Shani would probably freak out if I showed her, like, oh my God, Shani, this is
nasty.
Nasty, yeah. So I do something like this for her. This looks more friendly, yeah. I hope you can see it.
Thanks, Natalie.
Yeah, so I basically decided to go with 4 groups. One group is primary keyword with all its variants. We're going to use that in our titles, in our headings, in headlines, in meta description, all over the content. And it variants, just so we don't stuff content with primary keywords. But then I have, from my clustering tool, I have group 1 and group 2, which basically tells me, oh, there's 2 types of diabetes, and we need to tackle that maybe on the page. But then you have this third group, and people just ignore that group because it's a low search volume. It has some strange, key terms like affordable, cheap, best. We're not going to use that on the page. So I will just highlight and say, okay, affordable, cheap, and best tells me that user looking for maybe value for money, so we need to put that proposition on the page. Also, a question pops up. This is something I'm going to share with Shani.
Yep.
Yeah, and yeah, that's it.
Thank you.
Basically, yeah.
Sweet.
So
right.
How is going to help that, Shani? So my next move would be to write down user intent, and this is a crucial moment where we basically write down purpose behind every search term, and this is going to help Shani design content based on proper user needs.
Yeah.
And with that, we will start ranking.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I will, pack this everything up and hand it over
Brilliant.
to Shani.
Thanks, Natalie. So with those tasty bits of user intent, I've basically got some pre-packaged user stories. I'm going to try and connect that with other bits of user research or survey or feedback. We'll use things like Hotjar. So as you can see here, some of Natalie's search terms are getting quite a lot of engagement on our site. Click my GIF, please, so that people can see that it moves.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet, thank you. So Leo's impressed. However, Next one.
Oh, thank you.
Come on.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
This one, I need to.
Right.
Okay.
However, I can see that some of Natalie's search terms being used across the site aren't really engaging people. And it doesn't necessarily mean that people aren't interested in that content. It just might mean that actually I might need to design it in a different way so that it's really specific to the question that they're asking, or using a different component that's a bit more scannable.
Okay.
Right. So Natalie's given me so many delicious things to work with, and I'm going to pretend that nobody else works with me for the purpose of this presentation. I don't have any Mr. Tibbs in my ear. Ooh, one false move and it's all over.
Okay,
there we go. Okay, so easy thing first. Our prime SEO real estate is our H1. And we can see from Natalie's research that life insurance for diabetics has the highest volume of terms. So done and dusted, we've got life insurance for diabetics at the top. I also want to include some of those other high-ranking keywords in there in my strapline, again, because the user and Google itself is paying a lot of key attention to that. So that's why I've included life insurance for type 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes. Also, I've done something a little clever here, and I'm wondering if Natalie is vibing with it.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. You basically included our key term best, which is something Google will pick up. Even though we're not saying best life insurance product, is going to pick it up because it's in the context of life insurance. So really,
right, so my gamble paid off. Thank you.
Okay.
So next, we have our introductory. Do you want to zoom in a little bit? Yeah, we have our introductory paragraph.
Okay.
Right. And we know I'm still getting a lot of, you're right.
Okay. So I'm moving.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Just like we practiced.
Okay.
Cool, so we have our introductory paragraph, and essentially we're getting a lot of heat, and we still have a lot of eyes on this section. So again, I'm looking at what the key questions are from Natalie's research. So can you get life insurance for diabetes? And again, another foolproof way to rank with Google is to just answer the question immediately. So don't faff about, don't give them any history, just say, yes, you can. And here's a tasty answer for you to pick up and use. I've also introduced other key terms like how is life insurance for diabetics affordable, type 1, type 2 again, and also we have different stages of life like over 50s with diabetes. And like Natalie said, we're not designing for robots, we're designing for real people. So do remember to design your content for humans. You want to assure them that you're here to support them and help them find what they need. Cool.
Okay.
Next, please, ma'am.
Okay. So
okay, so at this stage I'm thinking I want to plug in some bits about affordability and how I can maybe lower my premium. I don't want to put a big chunky bit of content on here, like how much is life insurance for a diabetic is my H2, because it would be too long. So I'm sticking with a nice, simple title. And then I remember that my fairy godmother, Natalie, once told me that videos and infographics are really helpful for SEO. And why is that?
Yeah, because Google owns YouTube, and if you have video and if you optimize it on YouTube, we're not going to just rank for website, we're going to start ranking for YouTube videos as well. So connecting website with YouTube video is really good for SEO.
Brilliant.
So brilliant.
Okay, moving swiftly on.
Moving swiftly on.
Cool.
What's here?
So at this stage, again, I know that a key subject area, key research terms that people are looking for is life insurance for type 1, maybe not versus type 2 diabetes, not fight. But you want to think about the function that the component you're choosing is going to provide. So at this point, I want to help people understand like how are they going to apply for life insurance with particular types of diabetes. I'm thinking about, what are the key facts they need to know. So that helps me influence to understand, okay, I want a component that will help people to scan things really easily in a quick order, and also that's mobile friendly, so it stacks nicely and isn't just a big, long chunk of text. Cool.
Well done.
Thanks, babes. Okay, now at this stage, I'm thinking it's getting a little chunky. I've got a lot more questions to answer. So I'm thinking maybe I should actually combine my introductory paragraph with my sexy video. Again, I may have lost some keywords, but that's why you have an SEO exec to make sure that you're just fulfilling those statements. But again, you really want to just answer the question immediately. Like, don't waffle, don't just keep talking like I am right this minute. And then for our third, no. Staying, go down, please.
Okay, yeah,
Thank you, ma'am. You'll remember that there was a section around the types of life insurance you might want for diabetics, and there wasn't that much engagement. I actually had a little chat with my junior content designer because I was having a little bit of a fit about it. And she said, no, just keep it simple. Again, you want to answer the specific user questions and give them a nice, clear action for them to follow through with. And even though the terms, so like whole of life insurance for diabetics, might not be, sexy and short, again, you have that duty to the user to make sure their questions are answered.
Nice one.
Cool. And I think the next one is our last bit. So at this point in the presentation, when I was creating it, I was getting exhausted, and I was screaming at Natalie, like, why is this not finished yet? But essentially, what we're going to do is mop up with our, after the 50% scroll, where it was getting a little bit cold. Do you mind scrolling now for me, please?
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. OK, so obviously, we don't just rank for words in general, but there are also brand terms that we rank for. So again, you want to take this opportunity to embed key things. Like for us, Vitality Life Insurance is really important. And throughout that content, again, because of that keyword research and because of that user intent, we all want to relay here why is it value for money, why is it affordable, et cetera, et cetera.
And
next.
What's this section here, Shani?
That section here is really important for cross-linking. So Natalie, tell these fine folks why cross-linking is important.
Oh, this is very...
Sergey stood up, so it's happening.
Okay, yeah, this is quite clever, Shani, and we want to interlink similar pages or relevant content for our users, not just to tell Google that we are selling life insurance for different types of people, but also we want to strengthen our something called sitemap, and we want to basically provide users with more information. So if they want to read more about term life insurance, or if they're not sure about over 50s, they can find information here. So we put in it here is a very clever way.
Thank you. Next, and last but not least, we have our FAQs, which are a bit of a dirty word sometimes in content design and UX design. And what we try to do is keep these minimal, so I would say like no more than 5 or 7 if someone's really squeezing me and I'm feeling generous, just so that people can find the information that they need really quickly. And again, basically, I've populated this with all the questions I wasn't able to answer big and proud on the page itself. So those are what the first 2 sort of cover. I've actually put that third one in there to help people who might actually want to apply for life insurance, because that was an emerging theme. And then the final 2 FAQs are actually for us to capture the snippets. So, maybe you might Google how tall is Jake Gyllenhaal, and they'll give you extra questions. So you might also want to know about how much Jake Gyllenhaal weighs, et cetera, et cetera. I've lost this metaphor, but you get it.
Yeah.
So you've got snippets on Google. And because I know that those are existing snippets, I want a slice of that pie. So I'm going to pull those questions in to my design and hopefully give people a much clearer answer than our competitors.
Yeah, but to capture the featured snippets for Google, we need to implement something called FAQ schema on the page. So this is in the background. This is something I need to do, action. And once we implement FAQ schema in the background of the page, we're going to tell Google, OK, once someone types in this question, show our answers on the top of the page, well, called featured snippets with 0 position. So win-win.
That's it, guys. Thanks for listening.